Hello?
Just be moving.
Okay, I'm here. How do I sound?
You sound real sexy.
That's a very attractive voice, isn't it? I got a kicking tables. You hear that voice?
He got a ticket.
Hey there.
Are you a professional, like, I don't know,
Hi.
smooth talker or
I don't know.
Larry
I can
White?
be for the right price.
For the right price? I like that. I kind of have that on my late night shows. So, you know, right now we
I know that's gonna cost you extra.
our normal intro right now. So I just want
My
people to
bad.
just know, welcome to another episode of Reflections with Val. How are ya? And today we have a special guest. I'm super excited to introduce to you guys the Evan Show. He goes by many names. He's a host, content creator. He's been hosting so many shows. Oh, man. How many years have you been doing this now?
A decade.
A decade. So
Yeah.
you know it's real.
Yeah.
You know what's up. But yeah, I'm going to have you introduce yourself and have my audience plug in so they can know where to
Okay.
follow you and everything.
My name is Evan the Show. Yeah. I'm a former host of MTV's Grossbusters. Currently fast forwarding all the way. I don't want to go through all my stuff because that sounds pretentious. But right now, I'm the owner of this studio here, Brick Labs. Entrepreneur. I guess people call me a comedian and on air personality and different things of that nature. And that's where I'll stop because I don't like talking about myself.
Okay, I respect it. Even though this is gonna be about yourself a little bit, just a tea-wit.
All the humility's out the window now.
Maybe a little bit,
All right.
but I really want to know because, like, I admire your work. I've been watching you.
Thank you.
First of all, my team works with you. I didn't know. Shout out to Therapy Without a Degree.
Right. Shout out.
You can check them out.
Jersey
podcast.
Media.
Jersey Media, yes. Which you've been at.
Yeah, I've been there a few times. I know a couple of people there.
Whoa, yeah. He said, I'm in history.
I know a couple of people there.
But, you know, let's just go back to, like, how this all started. Like,
Okay.
when you were a kid, did you have this love and found passion? Like,
No. So I am naturally an introvert. So, like, what you see online is completely different. But I've always had a passion for television and radio and all of that stuff. So in high school, she wasn't even my guidance counselors. We'll just say a lady. She was like, "Hey, you want to take a radio class and get out of school early?" Absolutely, I want to do that. So I did that. We went to Essex County College, and there was a program where they taught us how to do radio. There was like 50 people in the class at first, and it dwindled all the way down to 2. And it was me and some other guy, and we finished the program, and I fell in love with it. From that point, I went to, I won't say the name of the station, but
ooh, that was your first one, and we just leave it there, right?
Yep, that was the first one.
And you learned your lesson on that
I
one.
learned a lot of lessons. So I used to do all the commercials and voiceovers and edit people's radio programs and different things of that nature and all the, drops and different things of that nature. Then I ended up getting my own show.
But when you started that year, right?
Yeah.
Like, did you just... You got an opportunity, you were excited, and you just signed up for it?
I was so thrilled. Like, yeah, because, and mind you, I mean, the reception probably only lasted like 2 blocks. Like, if you turn the corner, you probably couldn't hear the station no more. But I was excited because it was what I wanted to do.
And it was an opportunity, so why not?
It was an opportunity. And ended up getting let go. We'll use that word from that show for various reasons that I will not share. But I went on to creating my own content because I was kind of hurt from that because, I thought that was, I don't know why I thought that was the end of the road and that was the end all be all. But then I started making my own content like on YouTube and Facebook and started.
This is when like YouTube and Facebook wasn't even...
Yo, you know what? It's funny because I was even doing like a radio show on YouTube and stuff like that. And at that time, it was frowned upon, like doing radio online, like terrestrial radio. I remember a lady told me it might have been one of my mom's friends. She was like, "Yo, I'm going to pray for you that you get on the real radio."
Oh, that's a burn.
It's funny because everybody's basically doing online. Podcasting is basically online radio if you really think about it. And she even has a podcast right now.
Fast 4 years later.
And she asked me to produce it. But,
ooh, how the tables turn.
No, I would gladly help her for the right price.
Okay.
But.
For the right price.
But no. yeah, I went from there, and I was got interested for whatever reason in like film, and
How old were you in this time? This was
like
outside of.
20, 20. So I'm 32 now. So I basically started looking into. Matter of fact, I saw an article from Michael B. Jordan. Michael B. Jordan was we went to school together. He was a year, yeah, he's a year older than me, but we always, like, everybody from arts, whatever he does, we support it. So he just happened to have an article come out, and he was talking about this company called Backstage. And Backstage is basically like this place where, you know, performers and actors and all of that stuff can get gigs and go audition for them. But now it's online now, like, so you can apply, then you can audition and different things of that nature. So I went on there and I got into background acting, and I did that for like maybe 2 years, just grinding and doing background acting. And background acting is hard because you get treated like absolute trash, but at the same time, the good thing about it is you get a lot of lessons and you learn a lot from the people that have been there for you, because it's people that stay in the background thing forever, but that just wasn't for me. So I ended up, hosting a lot of things, and eventually somebody saw my video from Facebook. I used to do like funny videos on Facebook, and it was, what is it called? A house that Casting built. And they reached out to me and said, "We think you would be a good fit for this show." They didn't tell me what it was.
Okay.
They gave me the concept. It was like, "We want you to give us a mock version of that." I did that, sent it to them, and then the rest is kind of history. I mean, that story is much longer, but
that's
the
basically how you
yeah.
got the gig in
For MTV.
For
yeah.
MTV.
Yeah.
That's how it be sometimes, but a lot of us, especially in that mindset when we're just starting up, we're like, this is a fraud, this is a scam.
Oh, it definitely looked like it, because the production company, because I work with MTV International, so the production company was actually in the UK, and automatically if I see something coming from the UK, I'm like, disregard. But for whatever reason, I was just like, yo, this seems legitimate. So they hit me up. A lady called me. What was the name? I think it was Kate Fox or something Fox. And I was just like, yo, this name even sounds fake. She was like, "We love your video. We want you to send us a little bit more, this, that, and the third. Can you do that?" Cool. I do that, send it to them, and I was up against quite a few people that are actually known. I don't know if you've ever seen this YouTube show called Before They're Famous.
Before They're Famous?
Before They Were Famous. It is a really popular YouTube show. Check it out. He's got millions of subscribers and followers, and even at that time, he had millions. And me and him were like neck and neck going for it, and I ended up getting it. But
okay.
yeah. But great opportunity. Loved filming that show, and I'm here now creating my own things, and I have my own production company, and I have a lot of things moving forward that I'm not going to share today, but eventually along the line.
So you notice a difference between you coming up and depending on other people, between you just saying, you know what, I'm not going to do that.
Yeah.
I'm going to just stick by my vision.
Right, for sure. And I mean, the reason that came about is not, okay, so I originally, I was going to just go with the flow and try to go to all of these different companies, and not saying anything bad about MTV or anything like that, but you're not allowed, well, for me, I wasn't allowed to do some of the things that I wanted to do, and I was even asked to take some of my content down, so I was kind of like, what is it called, censored, I guess, if you will. So I didn't like that feeling. I don't like that feeling. I'm not even the type of person that has the type of content that that should necessarily be censored. If you look at the other hosts and different things of that nature, I'm really not even doing anything on that level. But I didn't like that, and I like being my own boss and being able to say, you know what, I can put whatever I want up. You know what I'm saying? So
that's one of the reasons why I started my podcasting, because I knew that if I got into radio, I would still be boxed.
Yeah, for sure.
Structured to only do what that company wanted, but not really live out all of the visions and all of the things I had in my head, all the topics I want to really talk about, the hardcore relationship, not relationship, the vulnerable, the open.
And this is a great space for that now, because, I mean, even during this pandemic, you see a lot of people are just like, yo, I could just go online right now and create my whole life. I can create an entire audience, and people will follow me as people that I can influence. There's people that will actually listen to me. So, I mean, this is what better time than now?
See, now, chasing all these dreams and putting a bet on yourself, how is your upbringing like? Does anyone in your family have this kind of background, or you were kind of like the first one in your family to have this kind
absolutely not. I wish I did have that story where I'm like, yeah, I got it from the mud. I started from the bottom, now I'm here. Nah, but my grandparents on my father's side were both business owners. My grandmother, she had a catering business. My grandfather had he had a floor cleaning business, and they lived in Queens when there was like, and they were the only black people in this part of Queens for a while, right. So I get it from them, and then on my mother's side, my great grandmother was a business owner, and she owned quite a bit of property. So the entrepreneurial side comes from there. I guess the outgoingness and wanting to be on camera definitely comes from my mother.
Shout outs to Mama Dukes. Okay.
Because, I mean, my mom's been in plays and different things like that, and she's also a musician and all of that stuff. My dad, he's a preacher, so I guess, yeah. So I guess,
Speaking everywhere,
right,
just like you, okay.
Right. So I get it from them, and I have to give all credit to them. It's not, I didn't get this on my own. Like, even if I wanted to create a story, like, I learned a lot of things on my own, but I get it from them.
But you don't have any siblings?
I do have 2 brothers and a sister. I'm the youngest.
You're the youngest. And they also do the same thing, entrepreneurship?
No. Well, entrepreneurship, yes. My sister's a makeup artist, and we will leave it at that. My sister's a makeup artist.
Okay, and then your brothers?
My brothers are entrepreneurs.
Okay. Entrepreneurs, they do their own thing,
Yes.
just like you, hustle. I like that. So what kind of music? So you said your mom was a musician.
Yeah.
So what kind of music?
And self-taught. Okay, so growing up, we were only allowed to listen to gospel music. So that was the thing. Like, that was it. We would sneak and listen to everything else, but that was basically all we heard from our parents. So my mom forced me to play the piano.
So you know how to play.
I guess.
Ooh, he kept that away from y'all.
I guess.
He knows how to sing too, but he's being shy.
I don't know what you're talking about. Everybody keep talking about Evan can sing.
Let me tell you, I be hearing some little.
Those be accidents. I can't repeat them. Like, once it comes out, it's just out there in the atmosphere. You're like, do it again, Evan.
Okay.
Oh, I don't even know what I did.
And then he's gonna be playing some smoothness too, and it's like, I don't even know where this is coming from. Shoot, I don't know. This is just my hands.
Oh yeah. But definitely gospel has been in my life, and I still love gospel music.
Did you ever hate it, like, because you were forced to do it?
At a point, yeah. Because I remember there's an artist, Ty Tribbett. Like, I would play him to death, and then I guess like in my mid-20s to like the end of my 20s, I really had like a disdain for gospel music, and it was just like, oh, I didn't even want to hear it, like, at all. Yeah,
it was like you were just already repelled. You just you forced it.
And it had nothing to do with gospel music specifically. It just had to do with just experiences that I had in church, and honestly, it's just things that I probably could have dealt with differently on my end and stuff like that. I have nothing against, church people. People like, oh, those church people, period, are jacked up, man.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. I think when church...
It don't matter if it's the synagogue,
right.
It's the church,
it's just everybody. When church recognizes, like, listen, we all sinners. I sin every day. Who am I to call you, something when I'm also that person? I think when we get to that level, we won't really matter what standard we stand on. We just see each other as we're sinners. We all try. We all have the same desires, same temptations that we battle on a daily basis.
I don't know if we have the same temptations. Some of them things different.
Some of them things different.
This is what might tempt you, might not tempt me.
That's
but
true.
I definitely understand, and I agree with you on we're all sinners, man. But yeah.
Ty Tribbett, the only song that I knew from him was Stand Out.
That's it, man.
That was it.
I go back to No Way and Victory and
See, I knew Marvin Snap and.
Oh, okay. You like the ballad, guy.
Yeah,
You saw the best.
best in me. I don't know. Like, I just feel like those usher in, those just make they help with the self-reflecting thing. They help with.
They grasp at your heartstrings a lot better than Ty Tripp is more energetic, and he does have some hits that will do the same to you.
Yeah.
But I get what you're saying.
Israel Houghton too. He has some.
Israel has the best band. Period. I don't in every genre of music. Period. One of my homegirls is actually on tour with him right now. She sings backup, but Israel is out of this world. Like, I think R&B artists, rock and roll artists, everybody should look at his band. They are incredible because if you look at him in gospel music, you can't even put him into a box.
You can't. He's right. You cannot.
So
there's a lot of gospel artists that are boxed in that gospel box, but he's all around and he bends and he's dynamic with it. I like that. I like African gospel now.
Yeah, okay.
I've been vibing with it. I've been like, oh, blessings. I feel blessed. I be going in there. I mean, they just be picking me up sometimes. You know what I'm saying? But what kind of music, I guess, or genre? Mm-hmm. You said that you were brought up and forced in gospel, but like on the side, when you like listen to your own stuff.
Oh, I tried to listen to.
What was the artist and genre that mainly impacted you outside of gospel at a young age?
I'm going to have to say it would have to be like neo soul. So it would have to be like Music Soul Child.
Okay.
And D'Angelo. All the dudes that was making music for women.
That's why he has this.
And I was trying to, low key, not even low key, high key. In high school, I would be trying to learn every love song I could possibly learn because I knew that's what girls wanted to hear. And they'd be like, do you know this song? Oh, how I go? I'm act like I don't know already. Oh, all right, yeah. I could play that.
So, hold on. You could play these songs?
Yeah, I could at one time. You know.
Okay.
At one time, I could.
When he was inspired by the ladies. Maybe he needs a
Anything having to do with love. Like, I love hip hop now, but that really, honestly, like growing up, that really wasn't my thing. It was just like it was love songs, and I mean,
same thing with here. I think any person like Preacher's Kid or any child that was brought up in that life that was boxed, like, I don't know. Me personally, in my experience, I was always told by churches that hip hop was bad.
Right.
Hip hop only influenced getting money and drugs and,
right.
and violence and womanizer traits.
So this is why, and you know what? And you know who kind of made me, and people hate him, but it is what it is. Kanye really got me into liking hip hop. Because especially my high school senior year, that was the soundtrack of my senior year of high school. The college dropout. You know what I'm saying?
Dropout was
so.
It.
First of all, his style of dress. I started dressing like that. I stopped wearing the white tees down to my ankles. Y'all remember the long white tees? First of all, everybody was taking my right size. So I was stuck with a 1X, and I'm just all tight. But I started dressing like him. His music definitely, because it was different. It wasn't about thugging. And I mean, he had some songs about women that were graphic and stuff like that, but it was just like, it was way different. And I could appreciate his musicianship too. Like, even though people say he's sampling and stuff like that, but I just saw the genius in him at that point. Even the album after that, Late Registration, 808 and Heartbreaks, all of them. Yo, Kanye is a genius. And even though he goes on his rants, musically, he's a genius. He has, and I won't critique his intelligence or IQ because maybe he does have points in some areas. I can't see it.
I personally can't see it.
I'm like, maybe I'm so dumb that I can't understand it.
I think that rap too, like College Dropout, before that, Eminem, kind of helped me see that rap wasn't just about literally drugs.
It was
money.
more so something you could relate to.
Correct. I felt his story, and I was like, wow, he's not just saying what all these churches tell me that he's rapping about. I hear his pain. I hear his story. I hear the fact that he had, abandoned by his mom and just all of that. I just was like, wow, this is what needs to be talked about. Like, this is a testimony in a track.
And then when he made Jesus Walks, I was playing that like that was a gospel song. My dad, what's that? He's saying Jesus, Daddy.
Yeah, that was my thing too.
He's saying Jesus.
Yo, that year I was going to a Christian Reformed church, and I was like, yeah, I want to talk about worldly music. What about this? He said, Jesus walks. He's over here crying and saying, yo, help me. Like, how is this not acceptable? Right. How is this of the world?
Hey, man.
Please let me know.
Listen.
I respect it. What about Marvin Gaye or anything of the older ones that you ever?
Oh, like I said, anything having to do, and I'm glad you brought that up. Anything having to do with love. Marvin Gaye definitely, like, there was what's that song with Marvin Gaye and Tammy Terrell? It'll come to me. Is it I Heard It Through the Grapevine or whatever? Yo, I could get away with listening to a few old songs. Like, my parents, they'd be like, what? Oh, that's, all right. It's Anita Baker. All right.
So we'll do that.
Anything having to do with love.
But if it was Beyonce, they would have been like,
I wasn't really, but especially like Beyonce's incredible, but back then I wasn't really checking for Beyonce as far as it's like musically or performance wise, anything like that yet, because I mean she's an icon now, but I really wasn't checking for her yet.
Yeah, she was like, whatever.
Chill, Beehive. I'm just saying she's great.
Don't attack her.
But at the time I didn't appreciate her greatness.
Ooh. So going after all this and going after your radio stations and content and literally taking bets on yourself, what was one of the biggest lessons you've learned along the way?
Oh, man.
As you were reaching for these?
The biggest lesson? Just keep going. Just keep going. Because there's ups and downs in life, period. But especially like industry wise, because a brother's been a part of multiple pilots and different things of that nature, and things fall through. But I think if you have like a specific goal, and since we're talking about like religion and God, and if you like but if you include God in it, you definitely always find comfort in, I guess, the process, and you figure out that you're absolutely going to get to that destination. So just keep going. That's it.
Even if you're confused.
I don't even get confused anymore. I'm like, at this point, it's like, you know what? This is for a purpose. You know what I mean? Like, this is happening for a reason. I just got to get over here. You know what I mean? I'm over here right now, and I want to be over there, but I'm supposed to go that way before I get that way.
Right. Now, is there any songs in this process that you're going through turmoil or trials that you listen to that kind of provide you with peace?
It really depends. Let me think about that, because let me really think about that.
Yeah, take your time.
Jeez, no, I want to take too much time. Hold on.
Because I have a lot on my arsenal for every mood.
What's in your arsenal?
For every mood. Well, when I go through trials and tribulations, it really depends on the mood. If I want to feed my emotion and what I'm feeling, I would listen to things that would help me reflect on that.
Okay.
Or take me back to those areas. So to be honest, gospel helps me a lot. But one song that helps me really get through a lot of it is any song that involves going through the storm with Kirk Franklin, like Something About the Name Jesus, Say Yes by Shekinah Glory. Okay. Those songs.
Well, just yes.
Say Yes.
Is it Say Yes or is it just yes?
It's Say Yes.
Okay.
Say Yes. You know, she just literally that's all she says in the whole song.
Yes, yeah.
You know what song.
Yeah.
Now will your heart and soul.
I'm not gonna sing it with you, but
say yes.
That's a long song too.
Yeah, it is, because it's like a meditational song. Because there's times where life literally tries to hold you back. Like your emotions try to hold you back, your trauma tries to hold you back, and you have this decision, you have this ultimatum in front of you, you just don't know what to do. So this affirmation of her just saying, will your heart and soul say yes? And I'm just like, yes, girl, I'm saying yes.
And that one, like, for 7 minutes, they just say yes.
Yes. For 7 minutes.
7 minutes.
So lift up your hands and tell the Lord yes. And I'm just like,
Yep.
So like those help me, and then I have my genres that help me like get out of that stuff that make me happy. So I listen to Earth, Wind and Fire.
Okay.
I listen to some old school Luther Vandross to pick me up, get me out of my little moods. Because sometimes there's songs that you listen to feed your depression or to get out of it, and a lot of that's what I tell people. It's like, what are you using music
Don't
for?
listen to no DMX.
Yo.
Or Eminem.
That's what I'm saying. You want to listen to them when you want to feed anger. When you just want to be like, yeah, I want to make this bitch know. Like, you don't have my heart.
You listen to that when you work out.
Yeah, like Joe Budden.
Meek Mill, when I'm on the treadmill, when I was on the treadmill, he'll get you through at least a mile and a half.
Yo, Meek Mill, yes, he provides that fire. Like,
Listen.
Uptown, nigga. Yo, I can see him on that treadmill.
Listen. But no, I guess uplifting. I would definitely go to a Kirk for sure.
Word.
Kirk. Recently, like Chance the Rapper.
Yo, Chance the Rapper. You and I have similar music tastes.
Yeah.
Neo Soul. As soon as you said that, I was like, okay, I'm here with you.
And a lot of things Kanye, cause and let me not hold on now. I'd be remiss if I can't forget Fred Hammond.
Ooh, Fred Hammond.
I can't forget Uncle Fred.
Yo, I forgot about him. I'm not gonna hold you till you said him.
He do the run at the end of every.
Yo, infamous.
Yo, he's so smooth and rich, and he always air guitar in and. Well, he plays bass, but
yeah, but yo, I respect basses. I never understood or acknowledged what the power of the bass can do.
Yeah. Let me tell you my love for Fred. I drove 5.5 hours to see him in concert and went right back home that night and went to work the next day because he wasn't coming near my area. So I went there, came back, and went to work tired.
Whoa, that's...
There was a time where I wanted to be him. There was a time where I wanted to be Fred Hammond, and people used to call me Baby Fred, and I used to sing Blessed in the City, and people used to actually request for me to sing Blessed all the time.
Oh, man. That's dedication on some Nipsey Hussle right there.
Yo,
dedication.
That was the man. He still is the man. And I got mad when they just made the movie Commission and they picked the person to play Fred Hammond, and it's not me. But it is what it is.
It is what it is, man. You had the vision and you were that close.
No, that wouldn't happen. He's a little lighter and a little heavier.
That reminds me of my vocal teacher. He was just like that, man.
Yeah.
He had a powerhouse, man. Like, he wasn't my first vocal teacher. He was the first vocal teacher that helped me get to my 6-octave range. So
you wildin'.
He made an impact. He made an impact on my life. And I contact him till this day because this brother, he can play every note on that piano.
Yeah.
He could certainly sing it and sing
That's
it
crazy.
so to a point that he don't need a mic. You could hear him at like any time. Like, he was this big guy. It's always the big ones, yo. Always the big ones. But he now teaches choirs in Japan.
That's what's up.
He's like
That's huge. I had an opportunity to sing with the group that frequents Japan, but I just wasn't the life. I just didn't want to do that.
Why not?
I didn't want to. I love music, but I don't want to do it on I'm not at a place where I can do it professionally and still love music.
Explain that.
I don't. That's because it's not really my desire. So it wouldn't be enjoyable for me if it became work. Like, imagine you love playing Uno, but all of a sudden, people are like, you're getting paid to play Uno, and you have to do it this way, that way, and the third. And people are like, Uno's easy. I guarantee you, once money starts getting involved, it complicates things. And I love being in front of the camera, but as far as like music, that would really like taint it for me.
I feel like you would have a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
And you don't want it to be pressured. It
Right.
seems like you want to have work that's free flowing. That's
not even just necessarily work, but when it comes to music, I want to be able to do whatever I want to do, how I want to do it. And when a lot of times when money gets involved and big dollars get involved, you're controlled.
Yeah, you are.
And if you don't do it this way and that way, and if you don't sing it that way, it's just like, I'm cool.
He's
cool.
like, I'm gonna stay on my host lane.
I'll sing on TikTok once in a while. I'm good.
Which is literally not enough because I'm like, what's going on? That's how I contacted him at first. I was like, you sing? And he was like, no.
And that's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
Nah, I appreciate that.
That's my story.
Like, literally, thank you for coming on. I appreciate this.
No
this
doubt.
is like so dope.
No doubt.
How many shows do you have under your business right now?
Oh, man.
For people to know and be acquainted, to follow.
Okay. So, I mean, if you want to follow Little Engine Media, you can follow us. There's quite a few podcasts that actually film here right in this particular spot. I don't know if you know him. He's very popular social media influencer, Pop Vasquez. We got I don't want to keep name dropping, but we got a lot of different people that come through here and different businesses and different things of that nature. And I'm just thrilled about it. I have a show called Success is Learned Behavior. That's my podcast. We dive into people's lives, a bitter part of their lives, and we talk about the steps that they took to become a success and get out of those situations. So anything from
a bad real estate deal.
Oh, no.
Like,
real estate deal. I wish I would have started that light because I actually had to stop doing the show for a little bit because it was actually weighing on me a lot. So we're talking about a young lady who had an aneurysm at the age of 14 and practically died on the table and, came back to herself and taught herself how to remember because she lost her memory and different things of that nature. We talked.
Oh, wow.
I actually had a discussion with my own mother who worked in the sex offenders prison, but in that conversation, we talked about her being molested and kidnapped and all of these things that happened to her. So it's very heavy material. It's not. Yeah. A lot of people.
This is true
story,
hardcore.
So
cold
it's different
cases,
from
not.
what you see on my Instagram. So it's separate from my Instagram account. It's Success is Learned Behavior. So it's just its own thing. But I'm in the business of helping people have better lives, and I don't call myself a motivational speaker or anything like that. But I feel like on my personal page is where I edify people and help them just smile throughout the day or give them some type of laughter. And Success is Learned Behavior is more so dealing with people who are going through a rough time and showing them, hey, these people have gone through extreme cases, and not to compare their problem to your problem, but if they could do it, you could get out of it too.
Yes. To be honest, that is what I get off your page.
On the Evan the Show page? Wow, okay.
I don't get that description off the podcast. I get the using humor to help aid.
And that's what it is.
Exactly that. I don't get that motivational image that you're talking
about. Right.
So you definitely hit that right on.
Right. Because that's what it's more so about for me. Because I feel like, and no disrespect to anybody that's in the motivational game, but it's just not me because it just wouldn't be organic. Because I feel like a lot of them come at you this is what you should be doing. And it's almost like I'm perfect. I'm already at a place where I should be. And I'm more so coming from the angle, we need to do this together. You know what I'm saying? I struggle with if you see my captions and stuff like this, if I post a quote, I'd be like, I struggle with this too. Who else? And maybe it'll encourage somebody. But I mean, I don't want to be anybody's guru. You know what I mean?
You're not the answer to all.
I'm not.
And you don't want to look for that. Neither do you want to display that on your image. You want to display genuine authenticity. This is who you are.
Right.
Just live, laugh a little, let go, let loose.
That's it.
Dang, I love these vibes. No wonder we came on the show.
That's it.
I'm literally an inspiring motivational speaker, and that's one thing that I'm in the foot in and foot out of. It's that pressure of just that name in general is that you have to be perfect in order for you to speak. And I feel like that's not really the case. Depending on the motivational speaker that you're trying to be, you know?
I mean, like I said, I don't
yeah.
have anything against it, but maybe we should just remove that label and you just be somebody who inspires. You know what I'm saying? Like you just be like, because that's
Right.
what people say that I inspire them, and it's definitely. I'm gonna be honest. It's not even necessarily my intention to inspire. My whole intention is just to make people feel better.
Yeah,
Or,
same.
or give them temporary happiness. You know what I'm saying? And if that inspires you in the process, then so be it. But that's really not my goal. I'm not like out here, oh, I'm a motivational speaker. You got to pay me $5,000 to come speak at you. Now, if you want to pay me $5,000, I'm going to take it.
And he's going
Let's
to do
be
that
clear.
speech, okay?
But that's just not a goal of mine right now. Right now, we're just making people feel better. I don't even, the comedy and stuff that I do on my page or even the quotes and stuff, like it has, I'm not even trying to monetize that. I'm doing other work. Like Joe knows the different things that I'm into. I make money those ways. That is strictly, it's therapeutic for me, one, and then two, it's bringing people joy.
Yeah. And that's exactly what I'm aiming to do, is to heal other people any way
And that's
I
what
can.
you do, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah,
That means a
definitely.
lot, because I'm like a fan of yours.
I'm a fan of yours, especially that voice.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Literally trying out here because I'm going to come out with originals this year, but you already know.
Just
I
do
gotta
it.
try.
Just do it.
I am doing it.
Okay.
I've recorded so many, but I haven't released anything.
Okay.
So that's just been my thing. I've been afraid to, because I'm like, oh my God, that means all of my emotions are going to be out in display.
And that's a beautiful thing.
It is.
If that's what you want. Because, like, for me, that would frighten me.
So maybe that's why you've been holding back when you're singing.
Maybe it is.
Because it is a vulnerable place. Like, there's times where I'm performing, I'm like, oh my God, like, these people are literally looking at me as I'm saying, okay, I'm going to continue. Like, and there's some people that, just off your, podcasting, what was it?
Success is learned behavior. I should
Success
have
is-
wore the shirt.
Yeah, no,
But
right?
I felt like I had to make another message today.
Yes, Black lives do matter. But yeah, like, that's the same way. It's like you're literally up there using all of the lyrics of the song to try to heal someone.
Right.
That's at least how worshipers have been
Oh,
trained.
for sure. Yeah. And it's crazy because it's funny. Like, you'll see more and more throughout the year. I've been doing a lot of stand-up, but nobody knows that yet because I've kind of been not in hiding, but I've been working out at different comedy clubs and stuff like that. And it's kind of the same feeling almost. It really is. It's very similar.
I can see that.
So it might be something deeper with the music situation. I don't know. Maybe it's because it's attached to whatever. I don't know. But I'm more passionate about making people laugh. I think maybe it's because it's easier. I don't know what it is. But I feel like you have to really be on your game musically when you're coming before people and they're like, here's money.
That's how I feel about stand-up. Like, I've been told that I could be funny and I'm hilarious.
Confident about that. I don't know why.
Yeah?
I don't know why.
Do you have, like, things that you write up before you do stand-up?
Absolutely. It's structured. Like even the stuff that you see, as simple as it is on my Instagram, I write everything down. Some things are off the cuff. Sometimes I'll just have a moment, and that might be the video that goes viral, and it's like I didn't even work on that. But but for the most part, like, I'm very intentional about the stuff that I post on
And how you move.
Yeah. And TikTok and whatever else.
So you have, like, that's your whole structure. You write things down, then you live out the vision.
Absolutely. Even this space, written down. You know what I'm saying? Some moves that I'm making, you'll see me executive producing some very popular projects in the future. I just gave you a little bit. I'm not going to give you everything. And you'll see my name. Wrote it out. You know what I'm saying? And that's how I execute.
When did you pick that up, though? That didn't come up out of thin air. It had to be something.
Around right after high school, between 17 and 18, for whatever reason, there's like this switch just turned on. And I started listening to like John C. Maxwell on leadership, some of the older motivational speakers, which is funny because it sounds like I'm anti-motivational speaker, but I'm not. Zig Ziglar.
I'm a motivational head too. Like, I love listening to all of them.
Some Jim Rohn, even what's the big head dude's name? The tall guy, Tony Robbins, all of that stuff. I was very intrigued by that, and let me not forget Les Brown. All of that I was constantly listening to over and over and over. And one of the things, we'll go back to Zig. He was like, yo, you can't hit a target that you can't see. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could, just keep on moving and doing all of this stuff. And he said you could either, now Jim Rohn said you could either be a meaningful specific or a wandering generality. So, yeah, right. And then even from my upbringing, I got to give my pops credit. He always said, like, from the Bible, write the vision and make it plain. So it's just like that kind of stuck with me. Because without a vision, people perish. So it's just like you got to kind of put it down on paper. Even, what's funny? And I have the notebook somewhere. I actually even wrote down me hosting a show for MTV, and I even wrote down the amount I would get paid.
No way.
And all of that happened. Every single one. Every single thing happened.
Yo.
Every single thing.
You guys got to start writing down, seeing these visions.
No, for real.
No, because to me, it's kind of like, what happens if you see the vision, but you psych yourself out because of your past?
You leading into that quote. Yeah. So, well, it's tough. So I think you should allow yourself to think about the past, but and it's easy to say, don't allow it to affect your future. And it's just a matter of just absolutely not forgetting it, but moving on and just not letting it hold. It's like a boyfriend or a girlfriend hurts you or they break up with you. You can't take that into the next relationship because you're going to mess up for the other person because you're afraid of getting hurt and all of this stuff and this, that, and the third.
Because that's the place that you are familiar with and the only one that you know.
And you end up messing yourself up because you're treating this person like the person that hurt you. So, and I'm not going to get into no more about relationships, but I just said that to say you got to treat your dreams just like a relationship. So it's just like, yeah, I messed up here. If you start treating it more so like, or if we start treating it, because I'm putting myself in that category, if we start treating it more like lessons than failure, I think we'll be in a better space.
Okay. How can that's difficult for certain people. So.
It's difficult for everybody. It's difficult for me. You know what I'm saying? So I don't have an exact answer, but it's just like, if you start, okay. You have to change the way you look at things, and like you'll start seeing everything around you start to change.
This is why I brought him onto the show right now, because because I preach a lot on self-reflecting, but self-reflecting involves reflecting back to your past a lot.
Okay, yeah.
So that's why when I saw that meme or that quote that you shared on your story, it really like stood out to me.
Yes.
So could you just pull that out for me so we could read that, because this really does tie in to that entrepreneurship.
Don't scroll. Don't scroll.
Oh, I promise. So the quote says, avoid self-rejection, which to me, this is the same thing as self-reflecting in a sense. So it says, don't think you deserve that opportunity, apply it anyways. Don't think your article is good enough, publish it anyways. Don't think they'll reply to your email, send it anyways. Never overthink yourself into self-rejection.
Okay. So why do you think rejection and reflection is the same?
Because what would make me fearful of reaching out to that opportunity to begin with?
So, okay.
My past.
Right. That's reflection, right? But not necessarily self-rejection is a different thing. So I think self-rejection is you quitting on yourself before the opportunity even presents itself.
Okay.
So, like with this, let me see this real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
So it says, don't you think you deserve that opportunity? Oh, don't think you deserve that opportunity. Apply for it anyways. Okay. Think about children. And matter of fact, I'll give you an example. I actually used to film a lot of musicians, and I had this production company called Jonte Art Pro, where I got some of the top musicians some pretty big paying gigs and different things of that nature, and sponsorships and different things of that nature. The way I went about that is I feared rejection because I was a nobody. I was a kid. I was 19 years old, and I had absolutely no information, but I sent the email. And of course, on the downside, this is a 19-year-old kid with hardly no experience at all in management. I just bought the camera, so the videos were crap. Like, but
Right.
instead of fearing what wouldn't happen, I just went for it. And I ended up getting a lot of people endorsements with a company called Soul Tone and Slick Bag, and Prince was still alive at the time, playing with Prince. And now if I was smarter, I would have monetized that situation a lot better, but I didn't know any better at the time. But it was my pure ignorance and just going into it and just being eager and not worrying about the times that I was told no, or the fact that I may not have made I made the basketball team the first time. Come on, I'm Evan. But
Evan the Great.
Or any time that I've gotten rejected and holding on to that feeling, I just got in my mind with like, yo, this is mine. You know what I mean? Like, this is absolutely what I want. This is a different field. This is a different person. So if you walk into it kind of thinking this is different, I think it helps a little bit better.
Okay. And not tying it to anything that you've experienced or what you offer to the table at your phase in time in life at the moment. It's just about taking those opportunities that you see in front and being daring enough to be like, you know what? Fuck it.
You know what? I actually know a guy who knew absolutely nothing about, and let me not say anything that's going to damage him or his. Okay, but I know a gentleman that knew nothing about video or production, didn't go to school for it. He met a guy when he was working at Radio Shack, and the guy was talking about cameras and stuff. He's like, oh, you know what? I got this project that I need somebody to work with, and you seem like you know a lot. He didn't know anything. But what he did was he got the opportunity. The guy said, hey, get together a budget. So he got together with some people he knew. Mm-hmm. They got some numbers together. He got the right people. He just did some research. Didn't know what he was doing at all. Did this production. It ended up going great. And he started doing, and I won't say what company, but it's a major company. From just that little gig and him not knowing anything about it, him going for it and actually did have a desire to do it but didn't know how to act on it, ended up doing productions for a very large company that we've probably watched multiple times.
Wow. Look at that. And if he did not take that opportunity that was right in front of him, he would not have had the opportunity at all.
I think sometimes we over-prepare.
Okay.
Sometimes we over-prepare. Like, even with the music situation. Maybe, in my mind, I'm over-preparing. Because I feel like it has to be a certain way. But I think that we do that all across life. Like, with everything. We're like, I better wait until...
It's legitimate until I have the LLC, until I have this, until I have the education, until I have the degree.
There's people actually that want to get on camera, but I was shy. Like, in the beginning phases, I was doing YouTube videos in my mom's office with my shades on. Why the heck am I wearing shades?
In your mom's office?
In my mom's office. There's one window and it's not even facing me because I had that type of fear. But I knew if I just got to keep doing this. I just got to keep doing it over and over and you get better at it. Like, I'm more comfortable now in front of a camera than I am in actual conversation with a person. It just flipped for me. You know what I'm saying? I think you just have to do. And I hope I'm making sense and I'm not rambling.
You really
but it's just,
are.
Yeah.
You're preaching out there. Like, these are gems and they need to catch them. You know what I'm saying? On Reflections, you guys been listening from day one. He's dropping gems and y'all need to catch them, man.
Oh,
like, because this is a person with experience. This is a person, like you said, that's been doing this for a decade. And if there's someone out there, like a lot of underground artists listen to this show, a lot of poets or people who are inspiring to do something are listening to this show because there's different walks that come in. We're taking bets on ourselves to put ourselves first and to not worry about what everybody else is doing. And a lot of people, when they start up, especially me, when I started my business, my head was like all over thinking like, how am I going to do this? But I don't believe in my vision. Yeah. Do you think this is going to be okay? Like, ask Joe. That's exactly how I came at him all the time. And he was like, listen, if this is what you want and this is what you see, you will do it and you will live it.
Right. And in my opinion, if you're not willing to push through that, you probably don't really want that. And you're like, yes, I do. Then prove it.
Do it.
prove it. I suggest like everybody that wants to get into something where they will experience rejection, take a sales class.
Ooh.
Take a I did sales in multiple times because I had so many jobs that I was not fired from, but definitely quit. But a lot of them were sales jobs, and the way people treat salespeople, especially if it's like a door-to-door situation, people treat those people like absolute like Optimum. I don't know if you remember, they used to go around, or Verizon, they used to go around and try to get you to upgrade your packages, and they get treated like dirt. But if they get down on themselves and don't go to the next door, they're not going to eat because they get paid off a commission. If everybody start thinking like that, like my next move is based on me eating or me living or my family eating, this world would be a much more successful place because we get...
Yeah.
And it's okay to feel. It's okay to have feelings. It's okay to be down. But if you don't pick yourself up and move on to the next thing, like you're going to stay stuck there forever and you're never going to accomplish what you want to accomplish.
Do you think having your mom and dad there helped you kind of had this support with yourself?
Sure. Definitely. 1,000,000%. But I know so many people that didn't have a dad. And so many people that didn't have, like in my circle, a lot of the guys that I know didn't have that influence. And they're thriving. Got more money than me. And that doesn't necessarily mean they're more successful, but it just, they're doing their thing. I don't think yes, that does help to an extent.
Okay.
Yes, money does help. I look at people like Gary Vee. And people always knock him because, one, he did have both of his parents, but we don't know what his family life was with his dad or his mom. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of rich kids that get strung out on drugs. I wasn't rich, but you look, going back to Gary Vee, he turned his dad might have been worth 6 figures, but it's multi-millions now, and he expanded it from just a wine business to a multimedia company all over the world where people know his name, where people are like, he's almost literally crying over him. He's like the Michael Jackson of motivation, and he hates the word motivation. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's doing his thing, but people discount him because, he grew up in a 2-family home. Like 2 parents were there. There's a lot of people that fail on both sides of the spectrum. Yeah. Look at. I'm not even okay. Kardashians. I don't care what you say about them. I do not care. Kylie Jenner is a billionaire. Let's look at some of her other siblings. One in particular, he will never, ever be a billionaire because he doesn't have the same drive that she does. Yes, opportunity does help. It does help, but it's what you do with that opportunity. So,
thank you.
But no, I know some brothers and women really getting it.
Putting that foot in.
Yeah. But then, you know what? I mean, it's also somebody like me or anybody else to mentor. And I do get involved with it. There's a lot of...
So you've had mentors probably in this life, or this was just you? Somebody that was on your side that kind of...
The people that I named that were in the vehicle that I was playing from a CD acted as my mentor. And of course my dad, I consider him a mentor, but he's not doing what I'm, doing. So I definitely considered those Jim Rohns and different guys, and even seeing the guys on TV, like I wanted to be like Ryan Seacrest and all of those different guys. I considered those. So like you can adopt a mentor even if you don't know them and follow and kind of study what they do.
That's the first time I've heard that on the show, so thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's true. Like, because everybody only has a physical mentor. Like, like this person helped me.
Sometimes it just doesn't work that way. It just doesn't.
Sometimes you don't have that kind of people.
And like me, I've been blessed to have, like you said, my parents, even though they're not doing what I've done, they were at least there. And I won't say I had 100% support because you know how it is when you're going into secular things and you've been brought up in church and different things of the nature, and they're very much supportive now. But in the beginning, it was like, yo, what are you doing?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
And you didn't question yourself when they were doing that with you at the time?
Of course, you question yourself. That's natural.
Yeah, because that's where I was at when I first started. Everybody was like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
What are you doing? And I was like, I thought I was doing what I love. Like, what you mean? I thought I was expressing who I was. What do you mean I'm acting different? What do you mean this is not me? Maybe this is not the person
You know
you're
what you
used
tell
to
them, and I
seeing.
saw this in a meme. When people say you're acting different, you say, good, it's your turn.
Don't let nobody stunt your growth.
No. But yeah, I really wish like people would just not give in so easily, and like going back to the I think rejection and reflection are two different things for sure.
Yeah, they
rejection,
definitely are.
and I already explained the difference, but I feel like you can reflect without rejecting.
Okay.
Yeah,
I agree with that.
Yeah,
I agree. I think when you're the overthinker and you procrastinate, that's when it becomes.
And I
rejection.
am by nature. I think all of us are overthinkers because it's just like. I do know a couple people that just do stuff.
They just be on the time and just let's do it.
That's all your rent money. You sure you want to put all of that on the blackjack table? Okay, all right, do it. All right, I don't want you, but yeah, we all do that. It's a safety precaution because you don't want yourself to, get hurt. It's just like I said, like with the relationship, you don't want to get cheated on again.
That's what it is. Damn, I'm afraid.
Yeah.
So what do you advise someone that's in that shoes or that wants to live out dreams and wants to do everything that you're doing?
You know what? Make sure that's really what you want to do first. Because it's kind of like when you're passionate about something, like for real, it's really not hard to get past critics or obstacles. You're going to do it regardless. You're going to do it for free. Because you love that thing. Now, if it's something that you kind of like or you see other people succeeding in, it might be a little harder. You might get knocked off your horse a little bit. But absolutely, like, search yourself, reflect. And say, is this really what I want to do? Is this really what I want? Is this really how my life is supposed to be mapped out, or how I'm supposed to,
like
be?
It's supposed to give you fire inside.
Right.
And if it does not provide fire inside as you're doing it, as you're reaching for it, then you got to sit here and be like, this is not really.
Search for whatever else. And that's hard too, because it's like, what am I? Because with me, and this is not a flex. I'm talented. I can do multiple things, but I heard somebody say a jack of all trades is a master at nothing. So there comes a point in time where you need to lock in and say, this is what I do. This is who I am. I'm going to focus on this and lock in on this particular thing. And then that will make room for everything else. So maybe I will make an album one day, but that's just not my focus right now.
Your focus and your fire and your passion is providing joy and humor to other people any way that you can,
Absolutely.
However way you can.
Absolutely.
Whatever opportunity presents itself to you that will give you that, you will say yes.
You're going to introduce me from now on. Like, coming to the stage.
Coming to the stage.
To bring you joy.
To bring you joy. No, because it's true. Like, and then that's what I get off your page.
Yeah.
I literally, like, there's times where I'll be like, oh my God, today, gotta go to work. And then I see you post the, hey, happy Wednesday. You good?
All right. That was pretty good. And
I'm just like,
people mess it up. I'm like, I don't say it like that.
And they just be making my day. And I'm like,
You need
know
a
what?
little more falsetto in there.
It's the way he says it too with that high pitch. You good?
And it's out of genuine concern, and you know, if you hit me up, if you vote, and I got to get back to doing it because I was in the hospital and all of that stuff. But but now I'm getting back into doing it. But
this dude was in the hospital and he was still working, bro.
That was ill-advised. The nurses was like, sit down.
I was like, that's true hustle. He was not stopping. He said, y'all need to know.
With the IV in my arm.
That's some real. If you guys don't follow him, please do. He has a poppin' show. Please do.
Yeah.
Moving on, I want to get something fun going. This is going to be my first time doing this on the show.
Uh-oh.
I'm going to have Joe come in, and he's going to play some music from the background. We're gonna do jingle association.
Jingle association. Now, I don't know. I might be kind of good at this. I'm not.
I think Evan is. We already voted. Joe
I
and
do
I
think y'all give me too much credit, though, man. Everybody affiliated with Jersey and media gives me way too much credit. I'm just like, no, I am not as smart as y'all give me credit.
He sure is. He's just, being humble.
Oh,
but that's what we're here to do. We're here to gas him up, There's
two kinds of people in this world that think of me. There's people that think I'm too smart or too dumb, and they are both correct.
Yes.
You good?
All right, so let's get these jingles.
Joe's ready.
All right. Welcome back to the morning drive. Watch Mojo. Oh, I thought we started already.
That's okay. So this was from a CD. That's a CD ad. That's a CD ad. Period.
Oh, she got me on that one.
That's the WoW CD ad. I know that's for sure. Yo, you can't recognize that? That was the commercial that everybody.
I might have heard that like after Ricky Lake or something. Oh, come on, $5
That's
foot
Subway. $5
Yep.
foot long.
What is this, Everest?
This sounds like it's the Sylvan Learning Center.
It's a online college situation.
Education connection.
Oh,
It's the Sylvan Learning Center.
we was close.
Oh my God.
Kick up your heels.
This sounds
Is this
familiar.
Party City?
For our biggest St. Patrick's Day sale
See?
ever. Throw a shit.
We had that one.
Oh, that's Cocoa
Cocoa
Puffs.
Puffs,
It
yeah,
already
yeah,
said
yeah.
it in the down count.
I'm surprised he hasn't played a coffee or the one Cars for Kids.
Oh,
877 Cars for Kids.
Donate your car today.
Hey now kids, come get around. See what just did.
Skip it.
First of all, what is that?
When they like,
I wasn't there for that. Skip it.
skip it.
That sounds like a fucking wheelie thing. Like,
Yo, they put this thing around the ankle and you kind of like, it spins around. You got to kind of.
oh yeah. I remember that.
Oh, double make up.
See, this is what I'm saying. He's killing each one. I only got like 3.
I don't even know if you got that many. Let's not. Oh,
This has to be
give me that
Sev-
baby.
back.
Is it
Chili's.
Outback? Oh, Chili's. She
Chili's.
got that one.
Baby back. I want my baby back. Oh man, the Applebee's. I don't even know if Applebee's.
Is that nicotine?
Nicotine. I didn't even know that nicotine had it.
Oh, I didn't know they had one.
Wow. Big Red had a
I
commercial.
thought that was for nicotine.
Damn, we're old heads. It's like Big Red had a commercial.
Oh, pizza bagel.
Pizza.
Pizza in the morning,
bagel.
pizza in the noonday. Pizza at
Evan
supper time.
wins.
When pizza's on
Evan
the bagel,
wins.
you could have pizza anytime.
Evan wins. I can't.
I can't believe I won that.
We already knew that was going to happen. This was not a gas. This was so true. We first saw it. Up next, I'm going to try one more thing before we close out the show.
What can I say? I'm a genius.
We're both going to look each other in the eye.
Okay.
We're going to look up.
You have very lovely eyes.
Thank
I'm
you.
just going.
You too, actually. The shape of it really looks nice.
No, don't lie to me. It's all right.
I'm not even lying. Right? They look how he smiles. He gets a little chinky
Look
too.
at that. Now I can't. Now I can't see.
Now you can't see really? You blind without him? You like Velma
yeah.
status?
I might. Yeah.
So we're going to do some Yo Mama jokes.
All right.
Some corny ones. I'm going to look some up on the
all
on the
right.
website.
Let's go.
Pat Joe's going to pass me his phone. that.
I wish
And
I would have prepared. I would have wrote my own.
really?
Yeah.
I'm sorry about that. Because I know that yours would have been hilarious.
No, they probably wouldn't. I'd have made them corny as possible so it could be fair. They got to be corny.
Yo, I already know I'm going to lose.
Yeah, you're already laughing.
That's what I'm saying. I'm going to try my best. But I feel like I'm going to get more laugh points than you. So whenever you're ready, I'm going to have you go first since you are my guest.
All right. That's not fair. All right, here we go. Dang. That's about to make me laugh a little bit. All right.
That's what I'm saying. This is going to be hard.
Your mama's so fat
Have that.
that she brought a spoon to the Super Bowl.
Okay.
Okay, all right, you ain't laugh. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Your mama's so fat. I took a picture of her last Christmas and it's still printing.
Almost. You almost got me. All right. Okay. This is a classic. Your mama's so stupid she got hit by a parked car.
Okay. That's a good one. I remember that one.
All right.
But I think I'm good. Your mama's so ugly. When she tried to join an ugly contest, they said, "Sorry, no professionals."
Yeah. That was all right.
Yeah, I know.
This one might hit. All right.
Mm.
All right. Your mama's so ugly. Her portraits hang themselves.
Okay. Almost.
Almost got you there.
Almost.
All right. Got a little smirk.
There
There we go.
He did that because of the comment. Your mama's so fat. When she sat on Walmart, she lowered the prices.
Oh, wow. That's terrible.
Right? It's a little bad.
Your mama's so poor. The ducks throw bread at her.
Damn.
All right.
That's a little cruel. Your mama's so fat, her belly button gets home 15 minutes before she does.
Wow, that's big.
That's pretty big.
Yeah. All right. Your mama's so stupid. She went to the dentist to get a Bluetooth.
Okay.
You trying not to do it.
I tried. It worked. Your mama's so scary, the government moved her
How you gonna make yourself laugh?
I made myself laugh because I messed up the joke.
That counted for a point for me.
Go ahead.
All right. You gotta look me in the eyes now. Your mama's so stupid. I told her she lost her mind, and she went to look for it. That eye is twitching.
You're not going to get a laugh out of me. No. No. We're not going
And
to.
I'm sorry to your mom. Yeah, I don't know your mama. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry to your
Yeah,
mama.
yeah.
Can we just say that in
Hopefully-
advance to anybody's mama?
Everybody's mamas.
Your mama's so depressing. Blues singers come to visit her when they've got writer's block.
Okay. All right. You ready? Come on, eye contact here. Come on. Are you ready? Your mama's so stupid that she put lipstick on her forehead to make up her mind.
Good one.
Dang.
Good one. Your mama's so hairy. You almost died of rug burn at birth.
I probably did. That's what that is?
Yeah. Your
Yep.
eyes.
Yeah, they sexy, ain't they?
Yeah, they are.
Your mama's so fat, her car has stretch marks.
Damn.
I almost, and then he gonna laugh.
Almost.
All right.
That's our last one. Woo, guys. That is all. Evan beat me 2 times. I can't. I already knew that was going to happen because Evan's the great, you know?
That sounds like sarcasm a little bit.
Evan's so great, you know, like he's the show and like whatever. It's okay though. You guys already know what's up.
Yes.
You guys already know what you need to do, and that's go follow and support
Yes.
that Evan show.
EVANTHESHOW.
Support his podcast. Support his studio.
Support my OnlyFans.
You have an OnlyFans too? There was something about the way he looked into my eyes today. I knew it. I just knew it. It was too good to be true. But thank you for coming on, man.
Thanks for having me.
No,
I appreciate it.
anytime.
Yes,
I
yes.
appreciate you coming on and for dropping some gems, like some true hardcore gems that I hope my whole listeners, audience can take home, reflect,
I hope so too.
and keep that drive and ambition going, you know?
That'll be dope.
Thank you again.
Appreciate you. Thumbs up.
We'll do more work together. This
More
is not
hand
the only time.
gestures. Yeah.
Catch us soon. You already know what's up. All right. Pieces.